Good evening, everybody. We are wrapping up the week. I hope everyone had a great one. It's Thursday night, but for me, it might as well be the end of the week. I do have some sad news tonight. We are not playing casino. And due to Ethereum, because Ethereum fees right now are ridiculously expensive. I cannot get over it. I was so pissed yesterday when I was trying to handle some business on the Ethereum blockchain in order to get some money over to the casino bets.io that I play. And I was like, I'm not paying $33 to do that. I'm not paying $10 to do that. I can't do it. I just, logically, it makes no sense to spend $100 and something just to get $100 to go play on the casino. So I'm not doing that. So sorry. Once the fees come down, then we'll play again, but not this week. So if you see the cover image is supposed to symbolize someone who is a hexagon in the future, somebody who's been around this game and had stakes going out maybe 10, 15 years. And they're looking at Ethereum and they're thinking, you mofo, you just screwed me. I can't even afford to unstake these beautiful stakes that I set out 15 years because they're going to cost me $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 to unstake. Yes, I know it's all relative. I mean, if you have a million hex staked out 15 years, and hex is $100 each, you're not going to care, right? That's why we're calling eHex the Lamborghini of hex now, because it's only going to be affordable for the big players. I think that's obviously Richard built Pulse Chain to solve the Ethereum problem. I had a big stake last year that came out and it cost me $600 to unstake that stake. I was not happy. So the S load requirement for hex is pretty considerable, and Richard built Pulse Chain to solve the problem. Well, we don't have that problem solved yet. We still have to deal with Ethereum, and I dealt with it yesterday, and I was super frustrated. It's not any better today. I don't know what the GUI is today, but I doubt it's any better. So sadly, that's why we're not gambling tonight, because I'm not spending a whole bunch of money just to get out $100 to play. Rowdy Randy, I'm pissed off. My blood pressure is a little bit high tonight, thinking about Ethereum. We had a nice strategy call today for our Patreon group, and we were discussing that exact issue, the Ethereum fees, and how we can get around it, what could be done in the future. I think that the easiest thing to do is just to hope that p-hex, the value is so high that when you do unstake, you're going to have that value that you'll be able to send it back to Ethereum and unstake your Ethereum stakes. Now, I recognize that a lot of people in the future are going to have only Pulse Chain stakes. So people will just be doing their stakes around Pulse Chain, which is understandable. I think most people will do that. But you're still going to have the OGs over on Ethereum who have these very large hex stakes that we need to handle going into the future. So we got to figure out a way. So that calls for strategy. I think what's going to happen mostly is that on Ethereum we're going to see what I'm going to implement for myself going forward. No more 55s on Ethereum. Nothing that's over 10 years. More likely, I'll do everything very short stakes, like a large stake, but like 180 days, 1 year, nothing over that going forward at once Pulse Chain launches. Randy is done with the large hex stakes. So if you'd like to come into our Patreon, here's the link, patreon.com/no permissions. Join us. We're having a great old time. We just passed 100 people. We're at 103 right now and growing slowly. 1 month over 100. So it's going to keep going. Thank you, everybody who has joined already. Let's go to the comments, see what you guys got to say. Ethereum can take a hike. That's right, Alan. Man, I was pissed. I those kind of prices you would expect at Ethereum $2,500, $3,000. No, it's already here. Hey, putting guru. Humberto. Buenas noches. Squidler says, hey, I'm looking to live abroad in a couple of years. Anyone out there got any ideas? Australia scared the hell out of me last year. I need a plan for 2 adults, 3 kids, and a staffy. Well, Squidlord, I got a place right here. It's called Panama. Love to have you down here. This is the thing. Go to places where you know people. Like you can have a community. Like one of our friends in Hex, we got 2 actually, that live right around the corner from us. And I go for walks with one of them. The other one meets us for coffee. It's nice having a little community that you could talk to. My friend has a beautiful farm out in the country, and he wants to sell me a piece of land. These are the things that communities are based on. So I think if more Hex can come down here, there's just gives us more possibilities and more people to, do our little events once a month or something, those kind of things. So the reason why originally we wanted to move to Czech Republic to go to Prague is because we had some really good friends in Prague. Now that Prague showed their card and or Czech Republic showed their card, I don't really want to move to Europe now. We'll go visit, but I don't want to live there anymore. COVID showed us a lot of things. And what I realized and what my wife realized is that Panama's pretty damn good. Even though we had lockdowns, now we know how to play it. Just get the hell out of the city. You don't want to be in cities during these crazy times. Get a farm, get set up, go somewhere where no one's going to mess with you. Sarah says, hi, Randy. Looking forward to another stream. Oh, welcome. You're welcome, Sarah. Doing my best. It looks like everybody really enjoyed the Access Alive live stream the other night. Almost, I think it just hit 5,000 views. Jeez, that's double what I normally get. The stream the other night with Access Live was simply awesome. I've been highly recommending it on the other YouTube channels and on Twitter. Everyone in the RH ecosystem community should watch it. Thank you. I appreciate that, Humberto. Access is brilliant, as is anything with Silver. Kareem the Dream. Nice. I don't watch Silver, and I haven't seen Kareem in a while. I heard he's streaming a little bit here and there. Even Vitalik said that a 5-cent transaction is absurd. Exactly. Yeah, look, when Pulse Chain launches, we're going to be fractions of a penny. Back to adding lemon juice to my apple cider vinegar. Good stuff. After watching a stream with Access Live, not financial advice, but I think those with Hex limit orders 5 cents and under should buy now at 6 cents before it goes to 12 and 20 and then to the moon. Hey, we could have a dip. Look, if we don't have a launch of Pulse Chain version 3 testnet pretty soon, the price will come back down. People have expectations. If history repeats, we could go up until Fed pivot, BTC final crash, but Hex remains stable. Then all systems go. Or then Pulse Chain launches. Once Pulse Chain launches, that's all. Everything's off. Anything can happen. Dude just realized it's casino Thursday. No communist roulette, please. Roberto, no casino at all tonight. Hey, Jonathan. Hello, Ted. Don't listen to them, Randy. I'm only here for Soviet gambling music. Oh, God. You guys are funny. Oh, God. Look, this is how I think life should be. I know this sounds super political, but it's not really. It's just life. Communism in your immediate family, in your household. My kid, he don't do shit. He's not expected to do shit. He just, somehow food just survives and he gets taken care of. He doesn't have to expect about no money, nothing, right? Expanded family, socialism, friends, take care of our friends, our small little community. Expand it out to local government, maybe I'll be libertarian. I'll accept some stuff, but I want things to be taken care of. Just don't be corrupt and all that kind of shit. But once you get too many people as in the government of a country, then I'm totally anarcho-capitalist. I don't want anything to do with government. I don't trust them. They're all scumbags. It's just me, myself, and I, survival of the fittest. I think that's just how life should be. You know, we should definitely be communists in our households. Anyone who has a kid understands it. If you want to teach them about taxes and stuff, just make sure you do the dad or mom tax. You buy a kid an ice cream, make sure you bite off the top of it and say, hey, dad tax. Hello, Doug. Hey, Randy, reporting for class. The fees are bullshit. Can't wait for Pulse Chain for many reasons. Yeah. Just killing me. I probably spent $200 of fees this week, and I haven't had that happen since 2021. Hello, Pepe. Fees are high because of capitalism. Great. Bring it on. Bring it on. But then capitalism also made something called Pulse Chain. Bring that on too. Hey, Ben. You're welcome. Somebody's out there grinding metal at 10:12 at night. What is going on in the world? Hex Hodl's high. Hey, Defiant Defy. Good to see you. Corey. Corey's in Puerto Rico. Valiant Brand. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Nothing like the good old high blood pressure attacks with those beautiful gas fees. Yeah, Pepe, it gets out of control. Hey, Tin Top. Hello, Crispy. Hope you're doing well, sir. Thanks for anything. How did I do that already? Oh yeah, I see what you did. Good evening, Ono Randy. One Pulse Chain. Jeez, one Pulse Chain. That's the thing. Why did Richard build Pulse Chain? He built it to support Hex because the fees are too high. He figured out. See, this is the thing. If Hex still had keys and it wasn't immutable, they could go in and they could change the code where maybe the S load wasn't as high so that the cost of doing hex stakes could go down. Sure, that could have been done if they kept the code, the keys. But Richard, true to his word, threw the keys out. Now we have no access to fix anything or change anything. We have immutable code. We know what to expect, and our expectation is we need a new blockchain to run our hex stakes on. So, hence we have Pulse Chain. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. We wanted it, we got it. I'm paying nothing? Good. Imagine the ETH fees if it hits 10K or more. Whew. Jeez, yeah, exactly. Rich Liberation. Critical Passion. People will run from ETH to Pulse Chain. Projects will run from ETH to Pulse Chain. It's going to be a mass exodus. Anything that has a S load, a too high of an S load function, is going to be coming over to Pulse Chain. Dan Smith is over in the UK, I'm guessing. 3 a.m. Wow. Hello, Sandra. Good to see you, ma'am. Enter Maximus DAO product market fit. Davo's got it right. You don't have to worry about Ethereum if you own Maximus DAO. I'm using the Hex Maxi Perpetuals on ETH from now on. There you go. That is a great play. Yep. High gas fees is a huge risk. Yes, it is. I don't understand why ETH wouldn't try to reduce fees to compete with PLS. Well, look, I don't even think they're looking at Pulse Chain. They're not worried about it. They won't worry about it until Pulse Chain actually launches. What they're doing to lower fees is they're implementing something called sharding. Sharding means that they're going to batch transactions together, and that's a great temporary fix. But over time, the transactions are continue to rise, so there's still the same amount of space. So it's gonna be an interesting dynamic, and the fact that our hex stakes are going to compete with the shards is going to make it difficult for hex stakers. The fees are really going to jump. Hello, tea time. But I thought proof of work was supposed to bring fees down. I mean, proof of stake. Heck, ETH moved to proof of stake. Sure hasn't helped, has it? But remember, proof of stake is not, ETH 2.0 is not done yet. They still have many upgrades that they need to do to ETH 2.0 to bring it to the full proof of stake model. It is proof of stake as far as technology is concerned, but they have to do a bunch of stuff to help lower the fees. 10,000 says, I have yet to unstake at low gas fees. Good luck, you're not going to. 777 jackpot tonight, I wish. What am I drinking? It's just apple cider vinegar and lemon juice. Why do I drink lemon juice? Because I have a history of kidney stones, and lemon juice breaks down kidney stones. So if I have them, I don't even know if I have them. I don't know if they're growing. So best thing to do is drink lemon juice once a day, and it gets right in there and breaks them down. Can't you just put a couple hundreds of $100 into ETH now per each stake now? Then when it's time to end stake, you have enough ETH to do the job? Sure, Daniel, we could. But we also do not know what the ETH fees are going to be. Right now, we're just going off the GUI. So if you go off the GUI, you can say, okay, right now it's costing 0.005 ETH to do an end stake. I'm just making up numbers here. But the GUI jumps up by 50%. All of a sudden now it's 0.0075. You can't control that. We don't know how much ETH it's going to take in the future. So that's not the thing that worries me. But shouldn't you still do a 55-55 on ETH because you can always sell it to Icosa at any time? If you use HSIs. That's the only way you can do it, grounded in Hex. If you use HSIs, you could sell it for Icosa. But I don't do HSIs because I have weekends and I'll sell. I think the best option is Maximus DAO. Hey Marion, good to see you. I think the easiest one for you guys to do is just buy Maximus DAO if you're worried about ETH fees in the future. I'm not too worried about the ETH fees, but I know a large portion of the community are. Tim says, I know it is ETH expected to go higher. The Zoom call put me on my ear. I just want to know how much is speculation and or real things. Well, if you figure the price goes up in every bull cycle by pocket rockets, they're all racing. If the ETH fee or ETH goes up by, say, every cycle goes up by 5x. So this last cycle was 4x. The next one they'll take us to 20,000, and then 20,000 maybe it'll go to 80, 90, 100,000. Can you imagine what the fees are going to be like? Ouch. I may have to let all my stakes bleed out if the ETH fees outperform my profits. Definitely no more staking for me on ETH. Done. Makes no sense. Yeah, Pepe, I totally get it. The option will be the thing that I'm counting on for myself is that I get my Hex stakes copied over to Pulse Chain. Those ETH or PHEX, or if you like Richard said, just call it Hex. If Hex does very well on Pulse Chain, then I can unstake on Pulse Chain, keep a portion of that to send over to the Ethereum chain and use that to unstake. That could be a possibility. We will see. But what if the EHEX price doesn't keep pace with the PHEX price? So then we don't have a motive to go unstake because maybe the prices will be below what the stake is worth. Who knows? It depends on how much hex is in the stake. It depends on how long the stake was. The longer the stake is, the higher the gas fee is to unstake it. The higher the S-load function is to go back 2 years. That one stake I had last year that cost me over $600 to unstake was a 2-year-old stake. Now imagine putting a stake out 15 years. What? It cost me I think it was like 0.15 or 0.15 Ethereum or 0.18, something in that range at the peak. So it was, I think Ethereum was close to 3,500 at the time. $600. Try using 1-inch fusion swap. It's gasless. I've been using it for a month now. Nice. Fusion swap. I've never even heard of that one, sorry. Fusion swap. Yeah, the Aurochs wallet's going to have it too. They're having feeless swaps as well. It just takes, what happens, I think, with a feeless swap, it just takes some of the coins that you're trading out of to pay for it. See how it goes. So I have the CEO of Aurochs coming on Sunday night. I asked Yorgi if he'll join me, so we'll have an interesting call. We'll see a different perspective. I think it's my job as an educator to show you guys another perspective rather than just Hex Pulse Chain all the time, because obviously Yorgi, they built on Ethereum. So he'll be able to break things down. All the questions you guys have about the wallet, get it ready. Or the investment, they just opened up the investment round to Australia, the UK, and some other country. Access Alive was superior. I saw him on the Hex conference with Maddie. Yeah, he does a great job. Yep. Everyone is going to be like rabid dogs waiting for Pulse Chain to escape the high ETH fees. And it's not just Hexkins, it's everybody. I'm going to set up my 5th stake for 10 years with 1-year increments. All their stakes on Pulse Chain. Beautiful. And you're getting copies of them, so it's cool. Good evening from the great state of Texas, country of Texas. If you're a Texan token holder, that's what you want. Kind of funny, COVID will not be a thing come May, according to Biden. My youngest son is a COVID tester, and he will no longer have a job at the end of April. Plandemic. Oh, all of a sudden, it just goes away. Trust the science. Oh, God, that shit makes me laugh, how they treated that thing. Dad tax. I think I was the one that taught you that when you were younger. Thanks, Mom. Yes, Ethereum ruined our casino Thursday. I actually tried to use a credit card to buy credits in the casino, but Panama's not supported. Couldn't even do that. The audit warned about this, and they chose to go ahead as it is. King's Metal, what are we talking about? What audit? Audit for which crypto? I'm happy you're bullish on PulseX. I've seen your interviews. Yeah, PulseX is my main play now. I like PulseX more than Pulse Chain, and I made that abundantly clear, not just because I sacrificed almost 10x more for PulseX, it's because that buy and burn is going to be sweet. During the bull markets, PulseX is going to be just the place to be, at least for the next 5-6 years. Wondering how the S-load functions will be fixed for Pulse Chain. That can take a lot of work. No, the thing is, Hex can't be changed. Hex is immutable. So the fact that it requires a high S-load can't be changed. It's going to be the same on Pulse Chain. Remember, Pulse Chain in the future will become like Ethereum has. And Richard's already said it. So Pulse Chain goes up like this, the fees start going up, the price starts going up. What did he say he's going to do probably in 10 years? He's going to fork it again. Guys, do you know how lucky we are to be in this? So the same conversation we're having right now about Ethereum, we're going to have about Pulse Chain in about 10 years. And Richard's going to be like, time to fork it again. You guys get a free copy of everything. Let's hope everything works out and we're still around and all of us are still alive enjoying the benefits. Pulse ecosystem is much more than just lower fees. Yes. Faster, lower fees, could carry more data, lots of things. You don't have to own ETH if you have Maximus DAO. I don't get it. LOLs. I need to find out more of this Maximus DAO. Thank you, Randy, for all you do. Smash the likes. SMO Spider, you're welcome. Yeah, Maximus DAO is a 15-year, a 55 stake that also has a 7x Hedron multiplier attached to it. And at the end of the 15 years, you'll be able to send your Maximus DAO to a contract and then redeem your Hex and your Hedron. That's all it is. Because the Maximus DAO, they're going to have the Ethereum to pay for it. Melftoni, welcome, sir. See, you know you've made it as a Hexagon streamer when Meltoni starts showing up in the comments. It is an honor. Maximus DAO is a one stake pool with Hex, biggest and longest payout. Then there are perpetual Hex too. Yep. I love Maximus DAO. Yep. Save gas fees. Gas is absolutely wrecked. I've had my 100-day Zen stakes. I saw Jim Rat, so I thought of Zen. My 100-day Zen stakes, I just let them go. I'm not even going to pay for those to take my Zen out because it would have been too expensive. Getting a big bag of ETH for future activity on the network is a good plan. Been recommending that for a long time. Absolutely. Any week plans for this weekend? Yeah, we're gonna go to one of the national parks and climb to the top of a hill. Yeah, that's about all we're doing this weekend. And drink coffee somewhere. I got a boring life, guys. I'm not super exciting. We like to hang out and talk and do those kind of things. Meet up with other fellow Hexicans and stuff. Jim Rat, good to see you too. See, Meltoni's in the house, bringing us the price. Better to buy Hex, leave liquid, and swap for ETH for gas fees. Better to buy Hex. Jojo, Hex is not meant to be liquid. The only reason why I would say stay liquid right now is because you can get the copy on Pulse Chain, or you get to participate in the Buy the Rumor Sell the News event when right before Pulse Chain launches and realize some gains. ETH is a scam, basically. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it feels like. Should I be staking a larger portion of ETH? No. It depends. Like I said last year, I $600 for a 2-year stake, and at the time ETH was between 3,000 and 4,000. So it was anywhere from like 0.15 up to 0.2, something like that is what I had to pay. Yeah, everyone keeps saying the same thing. Use Maxi. I don't know why. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Jeez. I guess in 15 years, lots can change too. If not, my gas fee will probably be $50,000 to end one stake. You got it, Peppy. Absolutely. Yes, I want to farm. If Hex to continue to outperform ETH, then using StakeRap could pay the fees with Hex. Yes, that's another option. Using StakeRap, and StakeRap version 2 is coming soon. But I think they're waiting for Pulse Chain to launch. Would you please expound on your views of XRP? XRP is ISO 20022 token or coin. It's one of the first coins I did 10x on. I owned it back in 2015, 2016. It was it was the fourth coin I ever owned. I can remember back to the coins I first owned, right? It was Bitcoin, Darkcoin. It was the one that was airdropped. The one that was airdropped to the people of Iceland. I can't remember the name of it. That was my third coin, and then XRP was 4. And it was my first 10x. But I was only in it because somebody said, "Oh, check out XRP," and then I learned about what it was later on, and I stopped owning it. I don't like XRP. I don't like a coin that has a big company that has to sell their coins all the time to pay their bills. Stay away from coins where they have to pay bills by selling and dumping on your heads. I'm not a fan of XRP. There you go. That's what you do with XRP. Yep. XRP is a middleman D, not real crypto. Yeah. CowSwap also is good to save Ethereum fees, just like Aurochs. Cool. I guess. And by the way, when you do your Aurochs transactions, for some reason the fees that they show are much higher than the actual transaction. So even if you don't have enough Ethereum in there, sometimes the transaction's gonna still go through, even though it says the fee is gonna be $30. And it'll still go through and it'll charge like 11. I gotta talk to, maybe I'll ask Jorgie about that on Sunday night, because that's weird. Yes, you can use hardware wallet with Aurochs. Yep. If you guys want the Aurochs wallet, it's down below. It's always in my the section with all the text below the video. CoSwap got hacked for millions of ETH recently. Yeah, but what was the reason? It wasn't their DEX, because obviously a DEX doesn't get hacked, but something on CoSwap got hacked. I got an ordinal from Jack Levin, one of the first Google servers. Wake Dog, maybe I would be jealous, but I don't know what an ordinal is. Scamdemic, yes it was. Bonjour, Randy. Cool. Is the hype for Pulse Chain actually big outside of Hex community? Is there a way to know? Do the common crypto users know it's coming? Yeah. A couple of the big guys started talking about it. BitBoy has been talking about it. The guy from Sweden's been talking about it. I can't remember his name. Excuse me. That guy named Vasilis or Vesuvius, something like that. He's huge on TikTok. He's been talking about it. Rand Newmar's talking about it. Crypto Wendy. And I know a bunch of other ones that own Pulse Chain, and they won't talk about it probably until Pulse Chain comes out. But only Ledger and Treasure, Hexadal. They have both now. Yeah, don't trust XRB. Holy shit! It must be an election year coming up. It's good for more PLS to burn. Yes. Burn it. Puppy says, play BNB pot. Only tried it once. Not my kind. Not my thing, though. Yeah, they contacted me. They wanted me to do a live stream. And it was before, I think that's when they were doing their sacrifice phase. And they wanted me to support it. And I couldn't. I'm a gambler, but I'm not going to support people putting money into casinos and that kind of stuff. Can't wait for the Pulse Chain fork. Jeez, me too. Gonna be crazy rich when Pulse is expensive. It's coming. Industrial multiple wallets for airdrops. Yep. Our rich is keeping the ecosystem WEF free. Yeah, which is very important. Yep. Because we already know that Polygon, they're sucking up to the WEF. WEF is the World Economic Forum, and Ethereum looks like they are too. So Pulse Chain will hopefully be WEF free. Maxi is for 55.55, but there are Deci, Lucky, Trio, and Base for 10 years. Deci is 10 years, Lucky 7, Trio's 3, and Base is 1. And there's a website you can go to. I don't know what it was. If any of the admin folks can put the link in there. There's a website you can go to Maximus DAO and see what the discounts for each of them are, because some of them are on discount with they're like 20% below the hex price or 13% below. That means it's a good opportunity to get in. Hello, Sandy. See, everyone's realizing we turned this into a Maxi talk tonight. I had no intention of that happening. But Maxi is just, it solves the problem in the interim until Pulse Chain comes out. My plan is now to stake my bag of Pulse X on Power City, Liquidity Fork, and borrow and compound, rinse and repeat. There you go. No, Tony Rainey, that's not true. I try to get as many streamers as I can, but there's only 24 hours a day. Plus, I have my wife. Yeah. But it's still an honor that you're here. It's an absolute honor. Yeah, Sandy's here almost every night, too. Hex Hodler. What you smoking? You're like super friendly tonight. PLSX will be higher than PLS at the end of the next bear for sure. Where would Uniswap be in this bear if they had PLSX tokenomics? People don't stop trading in bear markets. That's absolutely right. And that's why I think the other one that I'm really excited about is Famous. I'm imagining the buying power of PulseX burn and burn plus liquidity fork letting you borrow to buy more insanity. Yeah. Never seen a buy and burn that has not underperformed all expectations. Never seen a buy and burn that has not underperformed all expectations and projections. Okay, Stockton. Well, the nice thing we've seen about Pulse Chain and PulseX is that we already had the version 2B, the testnet, and the numbers are really showing promising stuff. So I like it. Breaky just got back from the BitBoy Crypto Book Tour meetup in Philly. He said privately he'll be announcing that he'll be adding a hex to his portfolio. Nice, Dan Best. That's pretty cool. All right, let's go to the charts really quick before I forget it. Oops. I don't have it shared yet. All right, so we've got our Bitcoin at 23,976. Excuse me. This is the monthly chart. We are still 3 months in with the green Aurochs indicator. Let's see what the weekly says. I mean, everything there looks pretty positive. We need to get this demand index over 0. And it's still lagging behind. Let's go to the weekly. Still green. Amazing. I bet next week we go red. Why, Randy? Why are we going red? Because of the moon. The full moon's coming. I think that's why. Daily. We went red 4 days ago. And it's still going down. Slowly. It's a slow bleed. So we made it all the way to 25, almost 25.2. Now we're back down to 23.9. And demand index has come down a little bit. We're heading back a little bit towards the lower end of greed. And the BGMC confidence AI, the short-term indicator, is it just hit red. So looks like next week is going to be a red one, guys. Look, we got 4 days straight of red. That means 3 more of these if they stay red, we're going to be going to a red signal on the weekly. Ethereum, still green, 2 months in, green on the monthly. Demand index is over 0. We have a little bit of greed. Now this is where it gets interesting. Ethereum's already gone red. We already have it red on the weekly. And we're starting to lose a little bit of momentum here. And on the daily, well, we got 2 of them here. Bye-bye. On the daily, we also have red. Yeah, so it looks like Ethereum's going down too. Ethereum's already down 1% for today, and Bitcoin's down 2%. But Hex is going up again. Hex is at 6.32 cents. We're 4 months into a bull for Hex. Demand index is about to hit 0. I mean, it's right on the line. It's taking forever to cross over, though. Check the weekly. Look at that stair step. Beautiful. But if version 3 is not announced, the testnet, probably going to take the elevator back down. Demand index is over 0. On the daily, 2 days in. Jeez, how do these just keep showing up? Okay. Something's wrong here. So Aurochs indicator. We have, okay, so we're 3 days in to a sell. And demand index is right over 0, so that's good. The BGMC is heading back down towards the red, so that could be a bearish sign. Because remember, this is a short-term indicator, 1 day or on the daily or less. And it's really accurate on the 4 hour. And the 4 hour is dead center. All right, Hedron. We still have a buy on the weekly. Demand index is over 0. And let's check the daily. Still on a sell. It was a buy the rumor, sell the news event. Sorry to say. That's just how it rolls. Let's see if you guys can see this. Nope. Okay, I gotta cancel this out. Let's get the stop screen share, invite. No, sorry. Present, share screen. This is one I wanted to share. This is Poly. We're talking about it in our strategy group today. This is the polyhedron pair. It's at 0.501496 right now. So it's about a 20 to 25% discount to hedron, which makes no sense to me. This is a quiet sleeper. You see the price. This is the price. Right up here will be the price of hedron, right? Or at two zeros, right here. That's a substantial discount. So I think this is a good opportunity. Just letting you, if anybody wants to play that, I think Poly is going to do well because Poly is a hedron stake. So after the 15 years, you get Poly, or you get ICOSA and hedron. So it's going to be a pretty good coin to have. Maybe people won't pay attention to it for a while, but I think it's a good one. Let's see where Maxi is since we're talking about perpetuals tonight. Maxi is at 7.273 cents. Look at that, climbing right along with Hex. This is on the daily chart. Today's volume was 9,400. Actually, no, 13,000. That's not much. That's not much at all. And the other one I wanted to check was ICOSA. Where's ICOSA doing? 60 cents. It's almost, it dropped all the way down to, well, the bottom was right here when it went to 28 cents. It's about double that right now. I don't expect it to go back to 28 cents, but I could see it going into the 50s. Well, the volume for ICOSA is 70,000. That's pretty decent. All right, that's enough. All right, so that's perpetuals. We looked at ICOSA too. I thought it was important to check that out. All right, where are we at? Oh yeah, that's where we were. Crypto compassion. Stakes that fork over can be used to then buy for the end stake on ETH. Yeah, Hex Huddle, I totally agree. That is going to be what I would do if I don't have enough Ethereum. I would just bring back over some of the ETH iron. Seriously, Dan? I don't know, man. What are we talking about? Oh. But, well, we can hope. We can hope that happened. There may be a project coming soon that will help with ETH gas fees. Just saying. Okay. Let's hope. I'm cheering for it. If you haven't DCA'd into ETH until 1,000, then no need to accumulate it to end stakes, as the ones on PLS at same time will likely cover. Exactly. Okay. A few closet hexagons were there. People excited about PLS. Yes, that's what we want, guys. Earthcoin and Potcoin or something like that. I remember Potcoin. Oh, goodness. ETH gonna dump after the upgrade, likely sell the news, so don't buy it. You know, do you guys remember who was that basketball player that played for the Bulls with a colored hair used to date Madonna? I remember him wearing t-shirts for Potcoin. No problem, Tim. I hope BitBoy changed his stance on Pulse Chain and said he wasn't going to talk about it. Really? He will, if it's going to make him money. That book, 48 Laws of Power. If you guys haven't read that book, check it out. Yes, that's, well, Hex Hodl and Hex Hodler. You guys are really confusing me tonight. Yes, he will be selling Hex to pay for the ETH one, the ETH stake. Some stakes on PLS will be cheaper to end at the same time, so use those first. Yes. Say Beach, you are on more streams than I am. You are a super streamer. Sweden guy is Ivan. Yes, Ivan on Tech. He supports whatever Richard does, it seems. For stakes, a staker app or USDC can be used. All the fees When Hex outpumped ETH, it ended up cheaper because of low cost basis. Nice. Ordinals are NFTs in the Bitcoin network. Ah, okay, Wake Dog. When you say the Bitcoin network, are we talking about RSK? Or are they, I haven't even checked it out. Nice. Are they? I wouldn't doubt it. They're Oracle. There we go. That's the website I was telling you about. Portfolio.maximuscash. That way you can always check which ones are underperforming. And because you know in the end you're going to be getting all these coins back. So you're going to get more than the actual Hex if you're just buying Hex. So I love the perpetuals. Hexfire.io has all the info on Hex related stuff. Yes, he does. And Hexfire.io also has a Patreon page. He launched a couple weeks ago. A BTC ordinal is where you spend over 1 BTC for 1 tokenized Satoshi. I haven't looked at the price today, but they were selling it close to 2 BTC. Really? That's crazy. Do you invest in Panama? Have you thought about opening something through your local wife? Through my local wife. That sounds so funny. Yeah, we thought about opening up a coffee shop or something in the future. We'll probably do something with the farm stuff. We'll see. I don't want to do too much here, man. I like being under the radar. How can anyone think Biden is legit making any decisions himself if his presidency doesn't convince you that the government is a sham? You're seriously over-vaccinated. That's like that with every president. Gonna hurt on stake on ETH when you're doing it for peanuts on PLS. Mega bullish. We'll see. What do you think about the new introduction of CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act to halt efforts of unelected bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. from stripping Americans of their right to financial privacy? Hey, I support anything that slows it down. Slow it down. We don't need CBDCs overnight, but this is a Jubilee year. During Jubilee years, big things happen. I'm serious. He said it in front of about 45 people. It's one of 2 coins he tweeted about. Beautiful. Yeah, it's an awesome site. You're welcome, Naldoni. Yeah, those ETHs bite the big one. Love the site to myself. Makes everything so easy to track and find. Yeah. Thanks, Ben. We're getting snow. Oh, geez. You still getting snow? Well, it is February. The last bit, right? Randy, I have a friend who lives in Italy. To your knowledge, what is the best way to buy Hex there? I don't live in Italy. I don't have any idea. Pepe, where's the best place to buy buy crypto in Italy? What do we grow on the Panama farm? Cattle? I'll probably just do fruit trees, guanabana, apple, custard apple, things you guys probably never even heard of. The fruits that are difficult to get, that's probably what I'll focus on. You just high on Hex? Nice. Sorry about that. Randy doesn't like snow. Randy escaped for a reason. Patrice, welcome. I know Maxi earned Hex and Hedron, but does the other perpetuals? Yeah, the one I showed you, Poly earns Hedron and Icosa. I don't know how the other ones work because I've never looked at them, but I know Maxi and Poly. There you go, portfolio.maximus.cash. Team stakers take some Hedron from the Maxi perps, but not all of it. Okay. Let's get another elevator down to accumulate more. Hey, the impatient traders, they will leave as soon as there's whiff that there's going to be a delay in the Pulse Chain version 3 testnet. If there's going to be one. I'm not sure there's going to be one. Let's hope. Only up at right. Okay. You guys are super positive. We got a full moon coming. And there is no news that version 3 is coming. I know people are optimistic that it's coming, but I don't see it. It could take a couple more weeks. Yeah, it will shoot up to 12 cents real quick as soon as that testnet's announced. 5 zeros, 2 0. There, nice. Yeah, I'm holding my poly too. I feel bad though, because my mom had a big hex stake come out, and I thought poly was going to do really good, and now we're down a whole bunch on our poly. And that always bums me out. You didn't get any of what? Excuse me. Nice. Wish I did more than just, but also gambling on there. What are we talking about? Lycosa, 61.5 cents. There we go. Dex Guru has limits for BNB chain. Work quite well. Cool. I've never used Dex Guru. Wake Dog coming out with that Zen price. Man, I skipped over. I had a couple Zens, the 100-day ones. I just let them burn, go bye-bye, because it wasn't worth it. Yes, Dennis Rodman. Thank you. Dennis Rodman used to wear the Pulse pot shirt, or the Pulse, the pot coin t-shirts. Zen to be retickered to 1,000 Zen after it loses the last decimal. I told you guys it was a lottery ticket. The Worm. That was his nickname. Randy, will you try to be a validator for Pulse Chain? Yes, Dark Knight, I would like to. If not, hopefully I can set up a validator system, something here. Ari still has the pinned tweet about bragging about the bottom when it hits, and he hasn't yet. Thoughts? We will see. We will see. I want him to get rid of that pinned tweet. Don't be fooled by a bear market pump. The macro hasn't really changed for the better yet. Man, there is no macro change. It's getting worse. It just seems to get worse every day. Oh, Crispy, thank you. Crispy is the founder of Hexfire.io. This Jubilee year equals Pulse Chain to change the world. Oh, my mom is a perpetual optimist. Do we know how to stake the poly? I don't know anything about staking poly. Where did this come from? I just know that we own the poly. That's it. Because we already get the return on poly via the Hedron and the Icosa that we're going to receive. There's going to be a delay in Pulse Chain version 1, definitely. I can see it. Respect the trend. I don't know. That could be, but I doubt it. Well, Richard wait for saying high update, you think, Rennie? No, but I do think he's waiting for Uniswap version 3 to be released, and that's coming in April. Hi, Rennie. Looking forward to the time change so I can catch more of this live again. Sasquatch, I'm sorry. It's coming soon. Times will be changing. Thoughtschild, good to see you. Been a while. All right, folks. Well, it's the end of this week. I will see you Sunday night with Yorgi from Orox, the CEO of Orox. He is the man, and you're going to learn a lot. He just really knows his stuff, and I've known him since 2017. Good friend of mine. Man, that's the most spider. I didn't even know you could stake it, so I'll check into that. Thank you, everybody. I will see you Sunday night.